Welcome to ProjectME, the podcast. I'm your host, Tiffany Carter, the founder of ProjectME, multimillionaire entrepreneur, former TV newscaster, money-making expert, female empowerment speaker, and self-proclaimed office supply addict. My mission is to take the mystery out of making big money. Every week on ProjectME, the podcast, I'll share success tips, strategies, and stories from other entrepreneurs, experts, and millionaires, showing you exactly how you can achieve your most exceptional life. Now let's get to it. Are you tired of grinding away to make money, feeling like you need to clone yourself to make your business a success? I know, I was once there too, working 12 to 14 hours a day, 7 days a week with no me time and totally overwhelmed. I knew there had to be an easier and more fun way to make massive money. And that's when I discovered passive income. Fast forward years later, and now I consistently make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year while I sleep and with little of my time. My Lord, is this a freeing and empowering feeling. It's my mission and passion to teach all of you to do the same. So I created the exclusive ProjectME Passive Income Posse, where I directly teach you how to incorporate passive income streams into your life and business. If you desire the same financial freedom I've created, message me on Instagram or Facebook at ProjectME with Tiffany, and I will send you the group application requirements. We're keeping this group small so everyone gets customized guidance and attention. All right, now back to today's episode. You are listening to the podcast and posse, ProjectME with Tiffany Carter. What's up, guys? So today we are talking about the fake followers epidemic and how to grow your Instagram following quickly, the legit way. I'm going to try my best to not go on a rant about these fake followers. I get really, really upset when people in the online space and online marketing, online entrepreneurship, the influencer, whole thing. I get upset when people buy fake followers because it makes other people who are new to the space or, many of you who are listening who are working really hard at growing your following to build your audience and it's growing so slow, it makes people feel discouraged, kind of shamed, almost like embarrassed, like what am I doing wrong? And it just doesn't overall feel good because it makes it look like, God, these girls or these guys are having it so easy and they haven't even been doing it as long as me. And they have like 10 times the followers than me. Like, what am I doing wrong? Like I'm writing great captions. I have really cute pictures. Like what gives, right? Well, listen, I can't speak for everybody, but it's enough where I can say there is an epidemic of people buying fake followers. And I get why people get that temptation and then actually go for it, because to grow a genuine Instagram audience, it is slow unless you have a family member who's a celebrity or an influencer or a friend or something like that that can help get you a bump, or you've had a lot of TV or media exposure or are working with a publishing house, like you have a publishing deal on a book. This is not most humans, okay? Like those are hashtag goals, but that's not most humans, okay? Most people have to build things from the ground up. Most successful entrepreneurs, including Mark Zuckerberg, right? Ground up. This is how most of us have had to do business. So it is slow to grow organically, meaning you are not using paid advertising, Facebook, Instagram ads to drive traffic and get more followers on your page. Okay. So that is one legit way you can build a following, but you have to know what the hell you're doing with Facebook ads. Okay. I don't want you guys all of a sudden going and spending money like you're trying to advance levels on Candy Crush or something, thinking you're going to get somewhere, because you'll just waste a lot of money. Don't boost a post. You guys have heard me say that and other expert guests of mine saying that. So don't get caught up in that. But I understand, like, you get panicky, especially when you're scrolling and you see all these people have followers and it's like, who's going to hire me, whether it's for fitness or wellness or join your network marketing team or whatever it is, who's going to follow me? I have 424 followers. Like, how I must not, know my shit because I don't have a bunch of followers, or I must not be good enough, or I must not be smart enough, or I must not know what the hell I'm doing, right? I completely get it. I'm not going to sit here and give you some line of shit and go, oh my God, but you have to think beyond your followers. You're more than your followers. I'm not going to give you that. I get it. You do need social proof, right? You do need social proof in this day and age that you know your shit. And if you're under 1,000 followers, that's tough. You need to get over 1,000 followers. But I'm going to tell you today how you can do that the legit way, so that you can make this happen. Once you're over 1,000, you guys, that's enough, right? You have 1,200, 1,300. Then you can keep growing, growing slowly. Of course, you'd like to grow quickly, but you can keep growing at a good pace. But that's still enough to have social proof, right? You don't need to have thousands and thousands of people unless you're teaching things like I am today, like Instagram growth, the legit way. And if I was saying this and I had 400 followers, you'd be like, girl, you don't know what you're talking about, right? Or I teach about money and business and getting your damn business to 6 figures and then 7 figures. But then I'm like sitting in a studio apartment eating ramen broke as a joke. You know what I mean? That doesn't fly. So I do understand that you need to make sure that you get a following because it does establish a certain level of credibility. It's not the end all be all, but I'm not going to tell you that it's not important. It is so tempting to buy followers for several reasons. One is this reason, right? Because people know I have more followers. People go, oh, wow, this person must know their shit, or maybe they're well known or whatever. So I get the temptation because human beings love taking the easy way out, right? But you guys, the easy way out never wins, right? Taking the easy way out and not going to the gym, you're going to end up being out of shape, unhealthy, and fat. Not cute and doesn't feel good, right? Taking the easy way out would be, sleeping in every morning instead of waking up an extra half an hour earlier to set the stage for your day and have a morning routine. Yeah, it would be easier to press snooze a few more times. But then there's that line, right? If you snooze, you lose. So that doesn't really work either. So I could keep going with analogies, but I think you guys get my point that I do believe there are shortcuts in life. So you know how there's that saying, oh, there's no shortcuts in life? Bullshit. That's what people hire me for. People hire me because I have 11 years on your ass generally. Or if you're an established entrepreneur, I guarantee you I usually have 5, 6, 7 years on your ass. And I've made a lot more mistakes. I've played big, right? And I've had a lot of wins. So of course I can give you shortcuts because I can tell you, nope, that won't work. This will work. You can try this, but this is more likely to work than that. So there are shortcuts in life. Believe me. That's why when I hired my coach 5 years into my business, because yes, I'm stubborn. When I finally did that, I got to 7 figures because this man's worth $100 million, has multiple businesses, and he knew what worked, what didn't. He could identify the holes in my business immediately and help me plug them quickly. So there are shortcuts in life, but what I mean by but that's different than the easy way out. The easy way out is basically being like a sellout, right? Or copying someone's stuff versus coming up with your own posts, right? Or copying someone's branding. That's an easy way out. Easy way out does not go well. Buying followers, buying likes. Yes, you can buy likes and you can buy comments too, PS. And on all platforms, just so you know. So many people do it. Many people who you would be shocked by that I know for a fact do it. For my other business, for TLC Enterprises that does digital marketing and branding in the pharmaceutical and medical niche, we have software, as does my social media manager for ProjectME with Tiffany Carter. We have software that all you do is run it and you can literally tell the percentage of bots people have in their account. Now, everyone has bots, but what I mean by like, there's a difference between bots and fake followers. You can have bots because there's these follow services and there's some legitimacy to that. But what I mean by like fake followers is it like there's like, thousands and thousands of people from a remote town in Zimbabwe that are on your account. That's what I mean by buying fake followers and fake comments, fake likes, and all of that. I'm telling you this because if you want to get paid to post for your favorite brands, foods, clothes, whatever, all of these sponsors, they look to see how your engagement really is. They go deep. Now, not all of them catch it. Some of the small ones who aren't, hip to the skip, right? They might not be hip to the skip yet, but they could get hip to the skip and you would be left with your pants down and be very, very embarrassing. Imagine someone paying you, sponsoring you, or you've sponsored posts, and then you've done a couple for them. They've paid you. And now their PR firm or their in-house, social media person ends up going, 70%, 80% of their following is fake. They could sue you for that, just so you know. So you don't want to play that game. Also, as though it's tempting, I get it, for social proof, but then you never really can use the data that's in the business Instagram page analytics. So then you'll never really know which posts your audience, your niche, right? Which posts those people really love the most, they resonate with the most. So because they resonate and love those posts the most, you can create more content like that and serve more. You won't be able to decipher what works and what doesn't because you have so much fake stuff. You won't be able to tell if one of your posts gets picked up by another media account, or, if a bunch of people are saving it, or you ended up on the search page because you're buried in so many fake followers. So there's all the reasons not to do it. All right. I already gave you, one tip on how to grow legitimately, but that costs cash and not everyone's comfortable spending money on Facebook ads to do that. Also, if you are clueless with Facebook ads, I don't want you doing it. I would want you to go, you could go take my friend's course. You can go listen to her episode on my podcast where she talks all about everything Facebook. Okay. So Laura Lane, you guys can go listen to that and take her course and get educated on it and then do ads, right? Or if you really don't even want to do that, you could, Google the shit out of it and figure it out that way. But don't go in blindly or you're going to waste money. But that is one legit way that a lot of people do it. And when I say a lot of people, I'm saying people like, I don't care. I'm going to throw them out there. I'm not throwing him under the bus or anything, but like a Lewis Howes, right? You might not know who he is, but he's pretty big in like the online space, motivational speaker, that kind of thing. People even at that level will engage in using paid ads to drive fresh eyes to their social media accounts, right? Because they need more fresh eyes. At a certain point, even if they have 1 million followers, those 1 million followers, they've tapped those people out. They need more eyes, right? So they'll go pay for it. They'll do cool ads. They'll spend a lot of money. They'll incentivize people to, go check out this amazing post or video, or you get a freebie or something like that by coming and following us on Instagram. So they'll also do giveaways. Okay. And that's another thing you can do. So the people who have, 500 plus 1,000 followers, they do giveaways all the time. 1 million plus do giveaways. Celebrities do giveaways because they get sent a bunch of shit for free and it's cool shit. So why not turn it into a giveaway? Like the Skinny Confidential. If you follow her, every giveaway she does, perfect for her. She's not paying for any of those cool products because she has such a following and she's created such an audience for herself. She gets sent so much stuff. So she rebundles it. It's not used or anything and does it as a giveaway. So then because it's a giveaway, you create rules around the giveaway. So in order to be eligible to win, you have to share this giveaway. You have to tag 3 of your friends in this giveaway. The more people you tag, the more entries you get, so on and so forth. So now you're getting other people who are tagged to come see your post and go, oh, this girl's cool. Because usually your friend that follows you, right, if she's tagging other people, they're highly likely to like your stuff too. So they'll end up being convert into a follower. So you can do giveaways. Now, if you're not, some big influencer who gets sent stuff, I get sent stuff all the time, and like 10% of it's cool and the rest is crap. That's where I'm at in that game. So anyone who wants to send me something that's cool, be very smart, because you will for sure get featured in my stories, if not in my feed, with whatever your product is or food, as long as it's something I love that fits with my brand, because 90% of what I receive is either off-brand or crap. And those are the people you want to target. I know, I digress. I went off on a little rant there, but those are people you want to target, especially if you have like a jewelry brand, a clothing brand, you have some kind of, cracker or something that you've created, cookies, baking, mugs, whatever it is, socks, I don't care what it is. But if you are, you're still pretty new and you're of smaller size, you want to target more so micro influencers like me, who we're not getting inundated with all the cool, big brand stuff. We're getting sent God knows what, all sorts of stuff all over the scale. And if your product is actually legit and it's, on point, you're almost guaranteed getting featured. So I want you guys to think about that. Thinking that you're a no-name brand, right? That, doesn't really have much of a following of yourself, and you go send something to Oprah, or you know what I'm saying? Or you go send something to Mel Robbins or Brene Brown or something like that. They get sent so much stuff, you guys, that like they donate most all of it to charity. So a lot of times those people don't even see it. So don't even waste your time. All right, let's move on. So you guys already have some ideas of how you can grow legitimately. Okay. You can learn how to run Facebook and Instagram ads. You can do a giveaway. And even if you don't have a product to sell, go get some cool shit at TJ Maxx. And one of my clients told me that like the TJ Maxx in Canada is called like Winners. What a freaking great name. So whatever your version of like a really cute discount store is, you can go invest and buy the stuff yourself, as long as it's on brand. Buy a couple journals that are in your brand colors, some cute pens, your favorite book, right? Your favorite couple books. Add a cute mug, and now you have a damn giveaway. So you don't need to like actually have a product to create a giveaway. All right. So those are a couple ideas, but one that you can start like immediately right now after you listen to this episode is I want you guys to commit to a number of people that you will connect with on Instagram per day, and you have to stick with it. Whether it's 10, whether it's 20, whether it's 30, the bigger the number, the more your following will grow and the faster, but it needs to be a number that you can keep up with consistently. So when you're having a bad day, you're in a bad way, your kids are annoying you, and even when the thought of your boyfriend breathing or your husband breathing like sends you through the roof, like on those days, you still need to be able to commit to that number. So if it's 10, if it's 15, I'll tell you what I did. For me, it was 30. This is what I did when I started, you guys. And I did it myself. This is before I hired anybody. So I committed to 30. And here's the thing. Instagram is a social media platform. It rewards you for being social. So it wants you to live, eat, breathe, sleep on its platform and use every single feature all the time. That's its goal, right? That's how they are able to get more advertisers. They want those numbers. They want to say the average Instagram user comes on 14 times a day and spends, 35 minutes at a time on the platform. The better those numbers are, the more they can charge for advertising. Okay. So they want you in there. They want you to be social. So they reward you for it, right? Meaning your posts will start showing up a little higher in people's feeds. It'll show up a little more often. So you have to, They reward users is my point. They don't reward sporadic users. They don't reward lurkers, meaning people who just lurk. My fiance. They don't reward people who just lurk, meaning you don't comment, like, or follow anybody or post any of your own shit. You don't get rewarded to be a lurker or for not being consistent where you're a sporadic user. Only consistent users get rewarded. So commit to that number. We'll just go with 30 because that's what I use. So I'll use that as an example. So every single day, I'm talking 7 days a week too. I'm not saying once in a while you can't take a day off, but you need to be really committed for this to work. You need to, for 30 people, or whatever your number is, you need to go find other humans who are your ideal clients, right? People that make sense, who would potentially buy from you, listen to your show, buy your t-shirts, hire you for a nutrition plan, whatever it is you've figured out is your niche. And if you haven't figured that out, you need to listen to those episodes on my podcast and on my TV show. And both of those links are in my bio on Instagram at ProjectME with Tiffany. Or you can also DM me on there and I'll point you in the right direction. All right, so you need to go, and I call it the principle of threes, okay? Get ready for this. So you need to, on each human, I need you to like and comment on 3 of their posts. It doesn't have to be the last 3 they've posted, but it needs to be on 3 of their posts, and the comment can't be lame. It can't be like, great shot. Wow, pretty shirt. It has to be a real comment. And I don't need you like racking your brain what to write, but you need to write in the comments something about what they wrote in their post. So a lot of people put questions at the end of their post. Make sure you answer the question, or whatever they referred to in the post. Show that you actually read the post. Okay. You can't phone this in. It won't work. So like 3, do a real comment on 3, and follow them. All right. You are going to do that for 30 people a day. I also, of those 30 people, I would ideally like for you on at least half of them to, if they are using their Instagram stories, I want you to DM them through their Instagram stories, not by going to their profile and tapping on message, but actually when you're in Instagram stories, right? And you look at the bottom on each story, there's a bar and it says message, right? So I want you, as long as it's, genuine, and you see like, oh, someone's, at a cute restaurant, or someone is at date night or something like that. Or they're showing a cute picture of their kid, their dog, whatever it is. I want you to put in that message bar on the bottom of the Instagram story. You don't have to, and that doesn't have to be long. Okay. I want you to write something like, oh my God, your dog is so cute. I'm a dog lover too. Right? Or wow, like that, what you just made for dinner looks amazing. Do you have the recipe? Or something like that. You can ask a question. You can, make a comment. Here's why I want you to do it through stories. When you DM someone through stories on Instagram, what happens in their DMs is a snapshot, like a screenshot of the story you commented on, shows up along with your comment. It gets your attention more because it's taking up more space in your DM messages for people like, for example, like me, who get a lot of DMs, right? It takes up more space. It gets people's attention. It just works. So ideally, you would do that with all 30 people too. Okay. But I understand that might be going too far for some of you. So I want you to do the principle of threes, like and comment on 3 of their posts and follow them. And then on at least 15 of them, I want you to send them a DM through their Instagram stories. And here's the thing. Some people aren't going to follow you back. Not everyone's going to follow you back. And if they don't follow you back, you can always unfollow them later. Now, to keep track of who is following you, who is unfollowing you, you would need a piece of software for that. And I don't want to go down that path with you guys. So it's okay if your number of followers looks insane. If you have like 4,000, you're following 4,000 people and 1,000 are following you, that's okay. It doesn't have to stay that way, because every couple of months you can go in and clear out a ton of people who you're following, you don't follow you back. So you can like keep bumping that number down, right? So it can get up to 4,000 people you're following. And then every couple of months you go in and you clear out 2,000 and then you build back up from there. All right. So that is really what I want you to do. It's like, Tiffany, that sounds like a lot of time. I have a funny feeling you can sit on the couch and you can watch Netflix while having cheesy popcorn fingers and do this. You want to know why I know that? Because that's exactly what I did. I actually really couldn't do much else because of a major health crisis that I had a couple years ago. All I had the mental capacity to really do was Instagram. So I made that like my obsession to learn it. And I had barely any literally mental clarity at all. And I was able to do 30 a day, 7 days a week. So I know you guys can too. And yes, it is the easy way out to buy followers instead of doing this. But like I said before, the easy way out never pays off, you guys. In fact, what's worse is there's a consequence. And again, you want to know how I know that? Because I've tried to take the easy way out numerous times in my life because I'm human and it can be really freaking tempting. And I've been bitten in the ass every single time I've done it. I've never gotten away with it, whatever it is, whether it was like taking extra pens from an office I worked at. Okay. Like that didn't go well. That didn't go well for me. Right. Whether it was when I was a waitress and we were able to fill people's wine glasses. We didn't have to have the bartenders do it. We could do it ourselves. So then I was like, oh, if I give people free glasses of wine, they'll give me a bigger tip. But I was doing it without the permission of my manager, right? Well, eventually I got caught for that. I actually didn't get fired because I was such a great waitress and a great upseller. I know, big surprise. Like everyone got the steak and lobster at my tables. So I didn't get fired probably only because I was such a great upseller. So it probably made up for all the glasses of wine, but I was no longer allowed to go get my wine myself. And therefore my tables had to wait for freaking ever for someone else to pour the wine, either a manager or the bartender. And then I ended up losing a ton of tips because of that. So it will always bite you in the ass. So don't do it. If you're confused or need anything clarified, we talked about today, you guys can hit me up in the DMs on Instagram. Practice DMing me at ProjectME with Tiffany. Here's what I want you guys to do. Take a screenshot right now if you found this episode helpful and insightful. Post it on your Instagram stories, tag me, and put your number, and I'll know what you mean. Put your number you're committing to, because now you're like putting it out there in the universe, and to me, it's a form of accountability. Put your number of how many people you're going to target. You can just put your number. You don't have to like say what it's for if you don't want to, but put 30 people, 15 people, 10 people, 100 people, whatever your number is, just make sure that you tag me so I can see the damn thing. Hopefully this was all helpful for you. I have a funny feeling that it was really helpful because I know myself what wasn't out there when I was trying to build my Instagram is there was no one out there just being blunt. Like, tell me what the hell I have to do. There would be some people who gave like some good tips about hashtags or some things like that out there, but no one was just being like really hardcore blunt and telling me what I had to do every single day and giving me actual, like quantifying it, giving me actual numbers of what I need to do. And so therefore I'm paying it forward by making sure you guys all have what I wish existed when I was growing my Instagram. So wishing you guys great health, wealth, and worth always. Talk to you guys soon. If you enjoyed this podcast, please write a 5-star review on iTunes. Not only will this make me super happy, but it will allow more listeners to find our special show. Simply help me help others.